Is that working? I don't know. No picture. Okay. Is there sound? Can you hear? How do we do this? Okay, camera on. Perfect. Awesome. Right. Well, we're waiting for things to get started. I shall wind another bobbin to make sure we got plenty. Probably should have thought about that before I hit live, but here you go. That's what happens when you wing everything, really, doesn't it? Sounds a bit grainy. Okay, let's get this on and then I'll have a look at that. What am I doing? Can't get this done. Let's have a look. There we go. Right, can we sort this audio? Settings. Right, is that any better? Not graining, like too much gain on the mic. Gaining. I don't know what that means. If I turn it down a little, is that a bit better? There you go. Oh, cool. Right. It might get noisy for a little bit because I'm just going to wind the bobbin. There we go. Probably should have muted the microphone while I did that, really, shouldn't I? But also probably should have wound the bobbin before I went live, but that's how the cookie crumbles. Right, so sorry, and just getting my machine all threaded up. Hopefully I did just hit live on a post on Facebook and Instagram, so hopefully we might get people. Look good, yeah, if you cool. Yeah, so I've put a post out, so hopefully we'll have a few more people join, maybe. I don't know, I did this all very last minute. I probably should have planned it a little better, but honestly I wasn't sure if I was going to do this. Said hi. Oh. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I have prepared some pocket card holders, like got them all cut out and stuff ready to go. I did put a poll up on my Instagram, so people have chosen, as of me hitting live, people had chosen the mushroom spoons and the Panda King roly-polies. So because I've got black in already, I think we're going to start with the Panda King roly-polies. So this, oh, is it going to focus? There we go. Panda King roly-poly print. It's adorable. It's a new print. Super excited to use it. So it's from Animal Deficus, I think is the artist. But I'm super excited. So story behind all of these is I'm actually doing an Invert and Arachnid show in literally a month today, actually. And I need to do a massive restock. So we are making bug, invertebrate, arachnid themed things for the next month. So yeah, I thought it'd be fun to do it with you all. So let's have a look. Oh dear. So we'll set it up. But yeah, as you'll see, I use an awful lot of double-sided tape when I make pretty much anything. I'm very lucky in the sense that my machine can handle it. My domestic machine certainly couldn't, but my little workhorse machine, she's strong, she can handle it. I do keep some alcohol wipes on hand though, just to clean off the needle if needs be. Right, let's get a ruler so I can measure everything. Oh, where is my ruler? Oh, there it is. Also, my chair is so squeaky, so bear with me. I swear it's gotten worse over the break between Christmas and New Year. But what can you do? So I'm just going to put my little logo tag, which arrived today. I was completely out, got everything prepared for this, and then realised I didn't have any tags, so sent Sam down to check the post box for me. Just hoping and praying that they had arrived early, and they had, so we're all good. So there we go. I've just taped my little logo tag down, so we're just going to sew that round. But first of all, I'm going to finish prepping all of my pieces. But yeah, no, it should be a fun one. They're really quick, straightforward little card holders, so they're always fun, always popular. They're a great market seller for me, and I love making them. So I am down, I think I need to make about 6. I'm down 6 of my normal stock, so I've cut 4 out today, and hopefully we can get some of those sewn today. But yeah, so I'm just peeling back the tape, and I'm going to stick my little clear ID window down. I do pretty much all of these with a clear ID window. I do offer the option to just have them with extra card slots on the back, but I find most people want the little ID window, which I've cut a little too big, so we're going to have to trim that down once we're done sewing it. But for now, it's just a little bit extra stability for us to work with, so makes life a little easier. But yeah, so we're just prepped. So I've already prepped my zipper tape. It's got my little zipper pull on already. It's just sort of zipper tape by the yard that I just cut down. To size, it's a number 3 zipper. This is the only product I use number 3 zippers for. Everything else I use number 5 because it's just easier, but I just think the smaller zipper just works a little better for these little card holders. Can we, there we go. Ooh. Nope, that is completely wonky. Let's try again. Get that on there. There we go. So I've just literally run a couple of lines on the back, stuck it down just to keep it in place while I sew it. Now, where are we going to start? We're going to start with the tag, I think. So I'm just going to top stitch around my little sew on tag. As close as I can. We're going to put our stitch length to 4. I didn't switch out my foot, so this is not the best foot for me to be doing this with, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We just wing it, don't we? So, and then I'm going to pull my tails to the back. Oh, if it doesn't get caught. Just because it's a bit of a neater finish. Oh, if we haven't got a knot, that is. Just cut the knot off. There we go. And pull it through. There we go. And just finish top stitching. Oh, we could probably do with another tiny little stitch there. There we go. Okay. Right. And again, I'm just going to pull my threads and we're going to tie it off just so that we haven't got any ugly back stitching on the back there. So you're all going to see my terrible knotting. It's rather difficult with my hands as they are. It's not the easiest thing for me, so bear with me. And obviously it's so much worse as soon as I try and do it in front of anyone, but that's life. That's life with disability, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm just going to do a couple of knots just to make sure it's not going to come off. There we go. And then trim, and I will melt the thread with my lighter just to really secure it in there. There we go. Perfect. So we're just going all the way around. Sorted. Right. Next, what should we do? We'll top stitch, I think, next. We'll stick with a 4 stitch length and just top stitch along the top of the card slots just to give them a bit of a nice finish. It's not necessary, but I think it looks a little better. But I do love this print, and I hope it will be popular at the show because, yeah, I just think it's really cute. They had a few different breeds of roly-poly. I don't know if that's the right word, like species, but I went with the little pandas because, I don't know, they called to me. It was between that and rubber duck roly-polies, which, yeah. But ultimately I went with these because they're a little more subtle. Like the black and white is a little more subtle than bright yellow, so I thought it might appeal to more people. Oh, let's just, didn't trim that very well, did I? Oh, there we go. So just did top stitch along the top of the card slots. You can't even see it, but we did 2 card slots. So now I'm just going to top stitch the clear vinyl in. I'm going to whack my tension up because I find that that helps with clear vinyl. My machine, it throws my tension right off as soon as I start sewing any clear vinyl, and just by whacking it up a little bit it kind of negates at least some of those issues. I'm not going to say it gets rid of all of them, but we'll see. Hopefully it will work today, but we'll find out. So again, just 1/8 of an inch seam allowance just all the way around. Is, as I say, it's not a hard pattern, hence why it was a good one to go live with, because I am going to be overthinking everything, because it is. So I wanted something that didn't have to have too much thought involved. Yeah, I just think this is going to be super cute. So I do have plans to do a large handbag in this print. I don't know how popular it will be, but it's what I want to make. So that's what I'm going to do, and I think it would be a really good feature piece for an invert show. So you never know. You never know. I do have a bunch of feature bags that I need to replace after Christmas. I do also have my New Year's sale on at the moment, where I'm actually destashing a bunch of my larger bags, just because they're not... I kind of made them because I wanted a bit of a challenge, but they're not really where I want to be, if that makes sense, what I want to be doing. So yeah, I'm selling them off. They're at a discount, so there's 60 to 40% off of my large bags, and then sort of 20% off of some other items. I don't know, I can't remember what I did. Yeah, we've got a sale on at the moment, so if you're interested, go check it out. Just to make space for me to do a load of projects like this. But yeah, and I just kind of generally make whatever I feel like making at any one time, really. Obviously I do take custom orders as well, so I've been working on a custom order today so it's one of my slim phone bags, but they wanted it to fit a specific size book in rather than a phone. Let's grab it. So I've made it much wider and a little taller, but mostly it's the width. And yeah, it still needs edge painting, so I haven't put the hardware on it or anything yet, but it's just really, really cute. And then open it up and it's got space for the book and card slots. So, and on the back, little zipper pocket. And like, look at this print. It's just so cute. So yeah, I just really enjoyed that one. And yeah, I like just making something that's going to be used, going to be loved, going to be helpful, that you can't necessarily buy in the shops. Hence roly-polies, because how many roly-poly things do you see in the shop? And I'm aware roly-polies is a very Americanism, isn't it? But I call them Weedle Beetles, and everyone keeps telling me off for that. So I'm kind of going with the American because they roll up. They're roly-polies, aren't they? But yeah, to me, I was always told they were Weedle Beetles. I would be very interested if anyone else calls them Weedle Beetles, because I would like to prove Sam and my friends wrong. Because they're the ones that are telling me that I shouldn't be calling them that. But hey ho. And just trimming away my clear vinyl. Trying not to cut my fabric or my stitching, which is easier said than done when I'm chatting away and not paying attention. There we go. Okay, let's throw all the little offcuts away. So there we go, all done. Clear vinyl. The really cool about this one is this is actually TPU vinyl, so you can use a phone through it. So I've been doing some of my slim phone bags with clear vinyl windows at the back, so that you can actually just use your phone for it, and that is like my favourite party trick at the moment. I love it. I just think, like, how cool is that? So far people don't seem to be finding it as cool as I do, but hey ho, that's life, isn't it? So I'm going to switch out my foot for a narrow fit, because I'm about to sew my zipper tape on, and I want to get close to the teeth, and I just can't do that with my regular foot. So let's switch that out. There we go. And then we're just going to top stitch all the way around our little cutout zipper window. Oh, I need to remember to turn my tension back, otherwise that's going to throw everything off. And again, I'm just going to pull my tails through. I'm not going to back stitch, just for a bit of a neater finish. Hand cranking around the ends just to make sure that I can get round those curves nicely. There we go. Move the zipper pull. Where's my... and pull it through. There we go. And again, just going to hand crank on. I would call it a corner. It's not really a corner, but the curve, just to make sure we get it nice and smooth. There we go. Perfect. Now, which one? There we go. Pull that one. Pull the tails through. Again, lots and lots of that today. Lots of tails, lots of tape. Yeah. And I've just realised if we're doing the mushroom speed, I probably should have prepared a red bobbin rather than another black one. But again, planning. Not my strong point, clearly. Hopefully the more I do this, the better I'll get. Because at the moment, I just feel like I'm rambling to you guys and chatting to myself. So I apologise if that's annoying or not the most interesting for you. But I just figured chat away, chat what I'm doing, keep you informed, all of those things. So again, I'm just melting my thread tails to make sure they're not going anywhere. Right, what are we doing? We are measuring for the card slot. Oh, here we go. Where is my vinyl pen? Got red. Again, probably not the best colour, but it's the one we've got. Like, this is very much a wing it live stream. As I say, I doubt anyone's actually even going to see my post for like a couple of hours, and then like it'll all be long over. I am going to have to start scheduling and planning things a whole lot better this year. It's on my list. It's on my list of goals to plan better, but I am still very much in the wing it mindset. So just going to pop even more double-sided tape down. Now this red one is super sticky, and my machine doesn't like sewing through this one, so we're just using 1/8 inch, and I'm keeping it out of the way of where my needle's actually going to go, because my needle will get gummed up if I sew through this one. But it's good because it holds everything really in place. The other one is kind of tacking, whereas this one actually holds and stops things shifting about on me. So yeah, which is what we want for the last stages of this. I mean, that's what I mean, we're in the last stages. Like, this is a very quick little purse. So while we're at it, I think I'll just do all the other pieces so that I don't have to do them again, because as I say, super sticky and it likes sticking to me. Also just noticed edge paint all over my hands. Very professional. But hey ho. We are human. So can't expect any more than that, can we? Right, so we don't want the one with my tag on. We want the second card slot. I want to take the backing off. Oh. Come on. other end. There we go. Oh, don't cling to me. There we go. Let's pop this down. There we go. And then just gonna, oh, I can switch my foot out again, can't I? I'm gonna switch back to the big one just because it gives better pressure, more even feed. There we go. Sorted. Right, and then we're just going to top stitch along the bottom just to secure it all in place. There we go. Nope. Sorted. Right. Time for the logo piece. Oh, voice is going. There we go. Oh, these do like to cling to me. And just putting them on my little mouse mat to the side because it likes to cling to the neoprene more than it likes to cling to me. And there's not many things I've found that it likes more than clinging to me. So we are running with the neoprene. Caught it. There we go. Right, let's try and line this up best as possible. Because I cut this base a little bigger, or I say I cut it. My Cricut cut this a little bigger than my cardstock, so I got a little bit of overhang on the side that I can trim away after. But for now, it's better for it to be a bit too big than a bit too small. So we can always trim away, but we can't add. So I just use my Cricut to cut all of these pieces. It's quicker and it's easier on my hands. So there's less strain. And that, not there. And it means that my hands are available for sewing rather than using up and ended up in pain for nothing. There we go. It's very quiet. I usually sew with music or a podcast or something on. I might have to see about like some nondescript music or something, license free stuff or something, because I am not liking how quiet this is. But we'll see. We'll see. That is all a future thing to think about. Right now we don't have that, so we will just make do. Try and centre this as best I can. There we go. Perfect. So we've just got 2 card slots one side and then an ID window the other side, and now we're just gonna basically fold it in half and whiz round. Done. It's that simple. It really is a good quick little pattern. I do edge paint these. I'm not going to do that now because that is time consuming and a pain in the butt. I will admit edge painting is worth doing. I can see the benefit and like the longevity, the professionalism and all that. but it is like my least favourite job. It's literally watching paint dry, and that is not what gives me dopamine. So yeah, I tend to save it all up and do it in one big massive batch, unless it's a custom order, and obviously then I'll work through. But other than that, these probably won't get edge painted until like next week, when I've got a few more things, because I still need to make coffin wallets, I need to do purse pals, I need to do more card holders, wallets, all of those things. And yeah, I'll just save them all up and just do one big batch of edge painting, so that then I can kind of, hopefully by the time I've done edge foundation on everything, I can go back to the start and do a second coat and just work on it that way, so it's not as pick up and put down. Because I think that's what I hate most about it, is I do one coat and then I have to leave it to dry, and I'm way too impatient. I never leave it to dry long enough, and then I mess it up, and big vicious cycle really. But let's get this all lined up nice and neat. Get my scissors and round off the corners. There we go. Perfect. And I like to sew with the card slots facing up, just because I find that these little corners here like getting caught otherwise, and that's a pain in the butt. So this way I can keep an eye on it a little better. So I'm going to switch to 5 stitch length. All the way around. And there we go. Sorted. So trim my threads. There we go. We need to trim around and line things up a little better, but we have a little Panda King roly poly pocket card holder. So let's trim these up, make sure everything's nice and neat before we move on. And then I think we've only been on for about half an hour. I'll have to check in a sec. So I think we should be fine to do another one. I will check the poll quickly and see. As I say, I think the mushroom spoods were the winners when I last checked, so we will go with that. Stick into my scissors. There we go. And I'm just trimming away that base where it was that a little bit bigger than my card slots. And we're done. It's so cute. I love it. Love it, love it. Right. Pop that in the bin. And where's my phone? Let's check this poll. Yep, so we're still joint, roly polies and mushroom spoods. So do I already have a red bobbin wound? That is the question. Oh, I do. Makes a nice change. So put the black away. Okay. And now I'm going to have to get up and get the red thread, because that is on my shelf still. Planning. That is like the word of the day, isn't it? There we go. So, pop it on my thread tray. My thread tray on my machine is guarded by my little pumpkin frog. It's so cute. From Very Cute Crafts, and I love him. I saw him. I needed him. So yeah, he sits on my little thread holder and guards my threads. So let's thread up the machine. Like literally if any of the other prints that I prepared had won, I wouldn't have to go switching out my threads right now. But yeah, that's cool. This is my favourite print anyway. So actually on my bag I've got this print. I have a glasses cleaner and a lip balm holder in this print on my bag because it is my favourite. So I do not mind doing everything and anything in this print really. So I'm glad it won, because it just means people love it as much as I do. Okay, and thread the needle. Let's just Is my needle gummed? Oh no, it's not. There we go. Sorted. Done. So let's pop him there and get our mushroom spooks. So little, sorry for my chair. My chair is driving me insane. Little mushroom spiders. So this is the light blue base. I also have it on a black, but I just think the pastel colours are so much cuter. No, I love this version. I did a live stream, like a bit of a test live stream, last year sometime, where I sewed up a coffin wallet in this print, but it was with the black colourway, and it's cute, but I don't know, I think the pastel colours really make it pop. So again, we're just going to tape everything up. There is so much tape, but it really makes a difference, to me anyway. I could use clips. I've got a bunch of clips. I just find clips shift, clips break. Tape is always there, so it just makes my life so much easier and less to think about, less to juggle. Oops. Oh, well, I did that wonky, didn't I? Let's try that again. There we go. And once again, did it too big, so we've got some hanging off the bottom, but I will just trim that off. We need to do which bit is a better front. That one's probably the better front. So just because I want to have obviously the best one front and center, not covered, so that's where we put our tag. While we've got the tape, might as well put the tape in for the zipper as well. So there we go. Right, where did I put my ruler? then we're gonna go centered. I'm so bad at centering things and getting things straight. Sam always teases me that I have the Kaylee Wonk, and that's how you know it's handmade. Is that centered? That does not look centered. Is that center? I really don't think that is. Should we try that again? This is what I mean. It's wonky. It's handmade. And in fairness, if I put it, I might actually put it off center, because then it wouldn't cover up a little spider. I feel bad covering up a little spider. Do I do that? Do I make it intentionally off center? If I pop it in the corner. Yeah, let's put it there. There we go. Oh. No, that just looks like I'm just really bad. Okay, no, we'll go back. We'll put it center. But we're actually gonna like get it center this time. It's stuck to me. See, I'm putting it. None of this actually looks centered. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just me. I'm sure this is just me. Is that centered? I think that's the most centered I've got it so far. We're just going to run with it. It's handmade. Things that are handmade are a little wonky. Right, let's put that back down to 4. And top stitch our tag. Pull tails through. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Let's pull those through, and you can watch me tie things really badly again. Once again, just melt our threads. Hi, thanks for joining. So, what are we doing now? We are probably top stitching our card slots. So, if you just joined, hi. I am currently setting up pocket card holders. I have my first in-person event of the year booked for a month today. And we're doing the Hertfordshire Invert and Arachnid show in Welling. So we're doing some bug themed stuff, which is really, really cute. We've just finished doing a Panda King roly-poly card holder. And now we're doing these cute little mushroom spiders. Which is literally like my favourite print at the moment. So I'm really happy. I put a poll up on my Instagram. So Instagram chose which prints I'm sewing. And I'm really, really glad that they won. Sounds good, that's great. Oh, thank you. yeah, no, I just think it'll be really, really fun. I've never been to anything like an invert show before, but I just thought, if nothing else, it'll be a fun day out. And I get to go and see some bugs. So, yeah, it's about experiences, isn't it? And if I make some sales, then winner. If not, I have a fun day out. So, yeah. And it's not that far from me. So, yeah, I can literally pack up and be home and chilling in bed within like an hour, hour and a half of finishing. So, yeah. No need to travel too far. 1, 2. Bugs. Yeah, we're going to go see some bugs. It'll be a good one. Alright, so we're all set. So now I'm just going to stitch in my clear vinyl. I've whacked my tension up just to save it because my machine doesn't like clear vinyl very much. It worked well on the first one, so let's hope it's still playing ball for this one. I'm trying to convince Sam that we should get a jumping spider, but she's not very convinced on that front. But they're just so cute, so I can't wait to see them at the show. And maybe if she sees them, she might be convinced too. Nugget will eat it. Not if it's in an enclosure. Not if it's in an enclosure. Plus, he's scared of spiders. So he'll panic and he won't eat it. There we go. And we are gonna pull our threads through and tie really bad knots again. Where is it? That one. Where are we? Eesh. There we go. One more just to make sure it's secure. He will break it. You saw him. The chicken. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. Right. There we go. Right, scissors. Do you tape the clear vinyl on first? Stop it. Yes, yes. I use a ridiculous amount of tape in my sewing. Probably too much, but it just clips. Everything moves like ever so slightly, and if you hit it with your presser foot, it moves them. I just find tape so much easier. So yeah, there's an awful lot of tape involved in these, but it's worth it to keep everything going smoothly. There we go. And I'm just trimming the clear vinyl down because I cut it way too big. But there we go. So I literally just put a line. I don't think you're going to be able to see it now, but at the top and at the bottom because I didn't want too much. I'm really lucky because my machine can handle double-sided tape for the most part just fine. So I just sew through it, but I do keep a couple of alcohol wipes on hand just to clean off the needle if needs be. Yeah, it just keeps everything moving smoothly. My domestic machine hated double-sided tape, so I didn't use anywhere near as much. And then I got this little workhorse and straight through them. I do have this red tape, and it is super sticky, and my machine doesn't like that, but this is teeny tiny 1/8 inch, so I just put that in the seam allowance, and yeah, just kind of keep an eye on where my seam allowance is, and as long as I don't sew through it, I'm absolutely golden. And even if I do, I can kind of feel it, and you can kind of hear it. With a bit of practice, you kind of know your machine, and I could just know, okay, I've got to clean the needle off right now. So it's just kind of gauging. If you don't try, you don't know. So yeah, again, I've run 2 lines of double-sided tape along my zipper cutout, because it's just so much easier, especially for little projects like these. Things can get real fiddly otherwise. So yeah, it works. Okay, try and get this centered. Okay, perfect, sorted. So now I'm just gonna top stitch around my little window. Yeah, so I just have the little like alcohols. Where are they? Like, I think they're like needle prep pads. So they're just teeny tiny single use little things, because that's all you need. There's no point having like a big thing of alcohol wipes. The prep pads are exactly the right amount, and then they never dry out or anything, because they're all single use. Not the best for the planet, but they are paper, so they are recyclable. At least that's what I tell myself. There we go. I'm just switching out for a zipper foot, just so that I can get in nice and close to my zipper tape without breaking anything. There we go. And I'm just going to hand crank around the curves. And pull my threads. There we go. There we go. Okay. That one. Where is it? There it is. There we go. And melt the threads down to keep them in place. Sorted. Right, where's my ruler? This desk. I've just tidied this desk, put everything away neatly and nicely into proper homes, and now I can't find anything. It really is organised chaos, my life. And as soon as I try and organise it, I don't know if I'm coming or going anymore. So, I just realised I did that upside down, didn't I? Yep, we want to do this side, not that side. So we're going to have to get a wipe out anyway to clean that off. Again, completely me, I just like my zippers to close to the left. Consistency. It really doesn't matter, and it's all personal preference. So But yeah, I like to just have some consistency across my bags, across my purses. There we go. And I'll clean the needle off while we're at it, just so it's not wasted. There we go. Right, and we're gonna take the piece that doesn't have the tag on, because that is our bottom card slot, because we're going to layer them, and we're going to use the super sticky stuff and just run some along all of the edges. Not wonky as ever. Yeah, come on. I really think I need to try and find some music or something, like license free, because it is so quiet. Usually I have my music going, I have podcasts, I have YouTube videos, vlogs, something. I don't like the silence. So I might have to try and find, because obviously YouTube is very particular about these things, so I might have to do some research and find what I can and can't use. Either that, or I guess I could just put headphones in, because I can still read and I can still talk. I don't know. It's just a bit quiet. Doesn't keep my brain is occupied. Right, so we are gonna take, I've used red pen on red vinyl. That wasn't the smartest move, was it? But I can still just about see it. You guys probably can't, but as long as I can see it, that's the main thing, isn't it? Come on. It's the one thing about using double-sided tape. I can never get the paper off. Yeah, so we could just instrumental. Yeah. Just so it's not as quiet, because I don't know about you, but I hate the quiet. I always have to be having sound, having noise. Otherwise it just doesn't feel right. Where did I put my, there. Put my bigger foot back on. I do have this really cool new gadget that I got a couple of months back, but I'm far too scared to use it. Because I'm scared of messing up my whole machine, but it's like a little cranky thing, and I can put multiple feet on it, so that rather than having to switch out each time, I can just twist it round to the one that I want, which is amazing in theory, but I have to like raise the height of my needle and my foot shank, I think it's called, and that scares me. That really scares me. As I say, I got it back, I think it was November, and I had Christmas markets and everything to prepare, and so I wasn't brave enough to do it then, and now I've got custom orders, and then I'm going into market prep and stuff, and it's just a bit too scared. But I will do it one day. I just need to get brave, because I will make it work. It will just take some finagling and probably a bit of a meltdown before I can get it to work, and I'm not mentally prepared for that right now. But once it gets working, it will be so much easier, because I feel like I spend half my life switching between feet. That sounds cool. Is it particular to your machine? No, it's a general one. My machine is actually a Mitsubishi, which is not that common from what I've seen. Juki and Jax are the ones that I see the most. But it does seem to be pretty standard that anything designed for Juki seems to work on this machine. So I'm hoping that means it will work. Well, I fitted it roughly, and so I do know that it will attach. It's just, as I say, adjusting it to make sure that the height is right that scares me. But yeah, it was just, I think it was eBay I ended up getting it off. There's in a load of different places. eBay was just the best price I found. I can't remember what I searched for it. I saw it in a sewing Facebook group. Someone said that they had one, and I was like, I need that. So I did a bit of a reverse image search and found it. Alright, and so we're just going to pop second card slot on, doing our best to line it up with the first. There we go. The red tape is sticking to me again. There we go. I have a dookie, so I'll have a look. Oh, awesome. Yeah. I will find out what it was called, and I will pop it in the description or something for this, because I can't remember what I searched to find it. I know initially it was a reverse image search, but yeah, it might be like multi-feet industrial machine or something like that. And then just running the tape along the bottom of my ID window. Nearly done. While we're at it, we'll just pop some here. Do I want to trim those? Yeah, we'll trim them ever so slightly. Just because I don't want them in my stitch line if I can help it. Yeah. Being very careful, because this is how I cut my finger open. A couple of weeks back, I think it was a couple of months back now. Was cutting zipper tape, so I am especially cautious now. I think I got a little bit overconfident, but we're being very safe now. I have learnt my lesson. I got told off by enough people. So I'm just going to make sure we burn the end so it doesn't fray everywhere. And oh yeah, we were gonna run some tape, weren't we? Before I got distracted. So, and then there we go. Last bit of tape. Last bit of tape for the whole project. I know, it's such a quick sew. I love these. I really do love this pattern. So, I don't think I've even said. It's the Katiana? I think that's it. Pink Pony Designs, I know, is the pattern designer. I'm pretty sure it's the Katiana card holder. And it's an awesome pattern. There's a bunch of these different ones out there. I've seen a few different designers come out with them, but this was the first one I did. This is the first one I fell in love with. I don't feel the need to try any other ones, because I just feel like this one meets everything I need. So I know that I can be very much new pattern, I must try it. But I don't know, once I find some classics, I kind of lock in on them. There we go. So I'm just folding it up in half, lining it up as best possible. So we've got 2 card slots on this side, and then we're going to pop the ID wallet on the other side. problem with not being able to feel my left hand properly. Can't tell if I've got hold of it or not. Okay. And then line this all up. Completely wonky apparently. Line it all up as straight as possible. There we go. A little wonky. Let's just readjust that ever so slightly. And then we can do our final top stitch. There we go. Okay. Now let's get everything nice. And I'm just going to sew all the way around. And I will backstitch on this one. I'm not gonna pull my tails here. I could if I really wanted to, but I mean I'll be pulling it through. I could pull it through to the middle, but I don't know. I always backstitch this. I'm so careful with all the other seams, and then get to this, and then and I just kind of round the corners as I'm sewing them. I do usually cut them first, but didn't this time, so I'm just eyeballing it, as is my way, because clearly I've not planned or prepared for most of what I've done today, so there we go, sorted. And snip my threads and we're done. Just check that I caught everything. Yeah, we'll trim it down. So just round those corners out. There we go. Trim up the sides. I do love this print, it's so cute. I love it. That needs trimming ever so slightly. Okay. Do you use a particular type of thread in your machine? I use, what weight is it? 70 weight thread. I get it from, the black I got from someone new, and I can't say that I'm a huge fan of it. Usually I get my thread from Consew. Consew? I think that's how you pronounce it. And it's like industrial spools of it. I love it. It's just got a really nice like shiny finish. And it's nice and strong. Polyester thread. They do, what is it, 40s thread as well, so they do have an even heavier weight, but that is just unnecessary for what I'm doing, and it's just really finicky. So I find that the 70 works absolutely perfect. And yeah, what is it, let me see, oh, it hasn't got the sticker on anymore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Consew, Konsew. I should have their stuff somewhere, but and I swear by their thread. As I say, the black thread that I got recently, I got from another supplier, and it likes separating, and then I'm trying to thread my needle and it's just splaying everywhere, and yeah. Whereas I've not had that issue with the Consew thread. So yeah, 100% recommend it. And then I just melt down all of my threads with a lighter, and it just kind of tucks them in and makes them look a lot better, a lot nicer. So yeah, we're done. Our little mushroom spider. And then just inside, it's just raw. I don't tend to line them just because they're so small. Like, no one looks in there anyway, and the back of the vinyl is like nice and soft. So yeah, we're all done. So we've got our little mushroom spiders, and we got our little panda roly-polies. I don't even know which one my favourite is. As I say, this print is my current favourite print, but then these little roly-polies, like, how adorable. I'm so excited for this one at the Invertebrate show. I think this print is going to be so popular. And I do plan on making a larger bag to go with it, just because I want big roly-polies. And yeah, just like a feature bag at the top of my display, like to get people to come in, and I just think it'll be good. The red one, the little spiders, yeah. I just think the red against the blue, I don't know, it just, that, like this one's a lot more subtle, like black and white, but it's cute. It matches my hair. I love it. But yeah, we're done. So we've done 2 with all of my chatting, with all of my unpreparedness. We've done 2 in an hour. Like, they're really easy sews. If I hadn't been chatting away, I probably could have done 3 in an hour. And I just cut them out on my Cricut as well, so it takes no time at all. Just, yeah, it's really good. Spoods and boogs. Yep. Yeah, I like that. We did one of each, didn't we? I like that. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go and have a rest now. That's been a lot of talking. I need a drink. But thank you so much. It really, really does mean the world to me that people are interested in watching. Glad I caught you. Yeah, I am hoping. My aim is every other Thursday, but if I'm up to it, I might try and do every Thursday. But I don't want to commit to that just in case. But I'm aiming for every other Thursday at about 7, 8-ish. I will put things up, hopefully with a bit more notice on my social medias next time. It was kind of, it wasn't a spur of the moment decision. I did plan it out, but then I suddenly realised that I hadn't actually told anyone. So all of the posts and promotion was a bit of a last minute thing. But yeah, hopefully next time it will be a bit more planned, advertised, so people will have a bit more notice. But yeah, we'll see. Thank you so much for joining, and it really, really, really means the world to me. And yeah, thank you, and I will see you 2 weeks time. Yeah, if not before then. Bye. Thank you. Let's see if this end card thing works. I did a little end card, so we're gonna see.